Okay. Hello, my name is Keeleigh, and I am a social worker sent here by Child Services today to evaluate the safety of your home.
Come in. Can I offer you something to drink? Tea, water, coffee?
No, thank you. I would like to address that I'm here today to learn more about the issues you seem to be having and create possible solutions for those problems. I would like you to know that everything you say to me is fully confidential unless you are putting yourself or someone else in danger.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah, so can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your family?
I guess. Well, we just moved here recently, and I'm having a really hard time adjusting to my new job. I'm recently divorced from my husband, who used to be the one to make all the income for the family. We have two kids together, and who are 2 and 4 years old, and they're getting to become a lot to handle on my own.
What do you think is making them hard to handle?
Well, with a divorce, I think they miss their father since he does not even call anymore, which is ridiculous. But I also think him leaving during the day, me leaving during the day and at night sometimes is a huge change since I used to be a stay-at-home mom with the kids.
So where do you go during the day and at night when you're not with your children?
I work at a hospital now, so I have long hours and tiring shifts. When I'm not there, all I want to do is rest my feet and sleep.
So I'm hearing you're a little overwhelmed with all the new responsibilities you have after the divorce. Could you tell me a little bit about what you think caused the divorce?
My ex-husband was not a good guy. He constantly talked down to me and made me feel like I was worthless because I was staying home with the kids all day and not much was getting done around the house. He was a terrible father to the children, and they always favored him over me, which made it harder on them and for the divorce. They do not see him anymore, and he doesn't even pay child support, so I will not allow them to see the kids anymore, and this has caused a terrible relationship between me and the boys because they miss their father.
Why won't you let the boys see him?
Because he will just tell them lies about me and how I do not care about them. They were already mad at me, and I cannot have them hate me because of the terrible things he says about me. They believe everything he says because he gives them everything they want, and now I am the bad guy.
Do you think you should talk to him about leaving the kids out of the turmoil of your guys' divorce?
For what? So he can tell me I'm overreacting? He was the problem, and now he's out of our lives. The problem is solved. Let's stop talking about it. It's just making me more upset.
Okay. So what sort of things do you think you need in order to transition easier with the boys?
I think we need some help with paying the bills because the rent has gone up, and I'm having trouble putting food on the table with one income. I also want to get the boys put into a daycare or school where it is little or no cost to me, and I don't know anyone in the neighborhood that could watch them while I'm away.
So it sounds to me like you have a lot on your plate and you need a quick solution to fix all the problems.
Yes, I would never leave the boys at home alone if I didn't have to go into work. I already have 2 strikes against me, and I really need this job to provide them with a comfortable lifestyle.
So you're caught between trying to provide for your children and staying home with them and keeping them safe.
Yes, and since we are now here, I don't know about many of the opportunities that this area has to offer with child care and financial assistance. I also feel like since my kids were found at home alone at night, my neighbors are going to think I'm a terrible mother, and I do not want that. It's hard enough making new friends.
Have you considered explaining the situation to your neighbors and maybe asking them for help?
I don't want to look like a charity case to them asking for money.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I meant, do you know if they have kids? Do you know if their kids go to child care? Maybe they'll be able to help you to find somebody that is a reliable child care provider.
I guess that's a good point. I don't know. I just don't like to ask for help. It's very belittling, and it makes me feel like I cannot provide for my kids.
What do you think makes you feel that way?
I have never needed help like this before. I don't know what to do and how to act without seeming desperate.
Well, let's first focus on how to help your kids with child care, because that seems to be your number one priority.
Yes, my kids are the most important thing to me at all times.
Okay, so what do you think are the things they need in order to have a better life?
I need to be able to find them a babysitter or a daycare that they can go to throughout the day when I'm at work. That way, I can work out a schedule with my work, so maybe I can work during the day only and not work nights. If I cannot do that, I need to find someone that will be able to watch them during the day only, or whenever I have to go to work. I need to work. I need to work. I cannot afford not to work. I just want to be able to spend time with them, but I need to work and make sure that I do not leave them at home alone, because I know it isn't safe, and I'm not going to do it again, or I will get my kids taken away from me.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you first need to work out a schedule with your bosses at work, because what time you get to do your shift is dependent on who you want to provide for them. If you can work out to work during the day, then you can take your kids to daycare or preschool, and then pick them up when your shift's over.
Yes, that would be the ideal situation. But where would I send them?
Well, they are old enough that they could go to a preschool, and there is a program called Head Start, which you can send them to, which is basically like a preschool, but it's cheaper.
That sounds like it might work, but I might have to find someone to watch them for a few hours after school before I get them from work.
Well, I'll look into it and see if they also provide an after-school program, but I know that most local YMCAs also offer discounted after-school programs for children.
I probably would not be able to get off work until like 4:30. So if I would work for them, it sounds like something that could really work out for me. Is there a way you can help me get a majority of it paid for? Do you think if I talk to the father, he would be willing to pay for it? I don't want them to see their dad, but he does need to help out with the expenses.
Well, do you collect child support from him? If so, you can put that money towards the school every month, and hopefully that would be enough.
He's supposed to pay for it, but he refuses because he said if he does not get to see his kids, there is no reason he should have to pay for anything they do.
Well, you might have to get the courts involved because it is illegal for him not to pay child support.
Okay, I meet you at the same time next week, correct?
Yes, and since we are about out of time, we'll wrap this up. I will look into more about the Head Start program and other programs that you can get, and you talk to your bosses and work out a schedule, and also talk to your neighbors and see if they know anyone could provide discounted child care. Thank you for meeting with me, and have a nice day.
Thank you for all your help. I'll see you next week.
Oh, right on.
Okay, I don't know how to
Stop recording.